everyone, I'm Liz.
I'm Cody.
Welcome to Unit 10, Rolex Roundup. So recently, people have been struggling to get their hands on Rolex watches. Rolex, not a Rolex?
Not Rolex.
Rolex is a high-end watch brand, and it is a status symbol for people, for the rich and famous. I think everybody kind of knows what Rolex is.
Status symbol.
Status symbol. But due to many reasons, one of them being the pandemic, they've been in short supply lately. And in Korea, people have been getting up at 3 a.m., going to the department store, standing in line, hoping to get a Rolex watch, and still coming up empty-handed.
Wow.
So there's just not enough Rolex watches out there these days. And even online, in the secondhand or used markets, people are buying them buying them up. And there was one Daytona model watch that was originally sold for $13,000 and sold online for $36,000.
Secondhand.
Secondhand. So quite a big markup, but still people are purchasing them at that price for investment or other reasons, or just fashion. So do you usually wear a watch?
I do. I always have this one on me. This is my GPS sports watch, the Garmin brand. I don't really care about watches personally. The reason I have this is, I do a lot of running, like I've talked about in other videos.
Right.
And this is great for that. My GPS tracking, it's got my heart rate monitor. I use that for health things, and so I do sleep with it. And I wake up and it kind of tells me my average heart rate when sleeping.
Right.
It kind of calculates REM sleep, etc. So I like that. But do you ever wear watches?
I used to wear a watch all the time, like a regular watch. Analog, not even digital, it's got the hands.
Yeah.
And I wore that for many years until I started relying on my smartphone a lot more. A smartphone is always with me. It tells me what time it is. Why do I need a watch? And that watch kind of died, and I stopped wearing it. But then,
there you go.
I also kind of got more into fitness, and I was on a diet for a little while. And so, having the smartwatch, I don't run or do anything major that I need GPS or anything like that. But just kind of keeping track of steps, and it's like, I need to do more steps than yesterday, or I need to do 10,000 steps every day. And it just keeps me kind of moving and active. So, and tells me how long I sleep, which is really useful for keeping track of my general health and all of that other stuff. So I do have a smartwatch now. And do you have a favorite brand or?
Well, I mean, when it comes to like the regular watches, like you're talking about Rolex and like these other Switzerland brands or Swiss brands, I should say. Yeah, I don't care about any of those. Somebody would give me a Rolex, cool, but I don't desire it. I don't want it. I'm not into that kind of status symbol. But when it comes to GPS watches, there's two that I like, and Garmin is one of them, and which is I have. So I'm not endorsing them per se. This is not sponsored.
So you're into function over form.
Exactly, a lot of function, and this does pop up with my text messages. I can read things at times, but I don't really care about all the fancy apps. I'm more about its functionality, which helps me on mountains and running and heart rate. How about for you? Do you have a brand you like?
No, nothing in particular. If it looks good and it works, then again, I'm also about function rather than form.
Very practical.
So don't really care about the brand. And now for the language focus. The first point is enough to go around. So for example, at one point early in the pandemic, there weren't enough masks to go around.
That's very true. And for mine, more than willing or happy, some word like that. So for my example, when it was raining really heavily the other day, I was more than happy to give my friend a change of clothes because he got soaked.
That is very kind of you. Okay, that is all for the preview section, and we'll see you in the review.